Hello all, this is Romeo Banks from X Mission, and today we're gonna have this best talk show with Daniel Gray and Justina. We're gonna have these interesting stories and topics that hit all over the world. I'm gonna brought you here to discuss and see what the best views that can be shared to the world. So what I'm gonna tell you is that follow X Mission on Instagram, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Welcome. Okay, so for the past several months, we have tried to see a lot of celebrities, especially in Tanzania, trying to be or trying to couple to be in the wrong relationship, but they trying to hit the rock bottom. Most of them fail, and people try to figure out this has been the best couple relationship, lasted for like 1 year, and recently or just in a short while, then sudden fall, sudden hitting rock bottom. So the real question is, what or why do many artists or in the entertainment industry or celebrities who are trying to be in a relationship, they try hard, but in the end they face a lot of trouble, and lastly they tend to break up? Justina, so what can you say about it?
What I can say is displaying the relationship of celebrity, especially here in Tanzania, they will not good for them only because they are not arranged to be publicity.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be like, let's say, what can you give out an example of the people that, or any kind of relationship that you saw it that it was not much arranged in Tanzania? Because people need to know, because all of a sudden, like, nobody have ever questioned, like, why is this? Why celebrities? In the end, nobody has the right answer.
Okay, for example, Vanessa Mdee and Jukes. That relationship is not arranged only because Jukes is someone is not good for Vanessa. Only because Vanessa is an international, you know.
So you're saying that
they force that relationship, especially for Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Mr. Gray, do you try to agree the fact that the Vanessa is more internationalized apart from Jukes? What can you say about, or what is your view on that? I mean, do you agree?
For me, I don't agree with it, because engaging in a relationship shouldn't be about the status of someone or about the name that someone has and the potential that someone has in the society. Because if you are dating, even if you're dating a poor person, it's all about how you make your relationship going and the things you do to make your relationship stay strong and the peace is there. So it's not about status. What I think the the biggest problem about these celebrity relationships is that I think when they are dating, it's not just about them. You know, especially when all of them are celebrities, I mean when a male and a female, both of them are celebrities, it's like you are not just dating a single person, it's like you're dating the entire world. So people will have opinions in your relationship, people will want to know everything that you do. If they don't see you posting each other, they will start to assume that you are broken up. And they will try to do anything just to make sure that they get to know everything about your relationship. So sometimes you feel the pressure, you are being reinforced by people, you'll be hearing a lot of things, so it may reach a point you are giving up and telling yourself, my career is starting to be sabotaged, my image is starting to be ruined just because of this relationship. Why don't I just stop so that I can save my career and I can be peaceful to run my career and my future plans? I'm a celebrity, for instance, I'm a singer, I'm an actor. My career is being sabotaged just because I'm dating this person. Let me just leave her. There are a lot of women I can meet in the future. So I think that's the problem.
Okay. So the biggest from your view is that many of celebrities mean that it is the bad thing to expose your relationship or people to expose their relationship on social media. Zari and Diamond tried it, I don't know for how many months, but later on quit. I don't know what they tried to stay away from social media, try to put the relationship hidden after some month, but suddenly they couldn't stand it for several months after. So is there a possibility, or there is not a possibility for celebrities to not expose? So if you be a celebrity, you must expose everything.
Well, for me, I think it's not a bad thing to disclose your relationship or to let people know about your relationship, because I think relationships are not just about celebrities. Even as people, we are not celebrities, we have relationships, and people around us know about that. So I think posting or discussing your relationship in the social media, especially for the celebrities, isn't a bad thing. It's just a way of showing that you are proud of your partner and that you want the whole world to know that you are dating a certain person. I think the only problem is about the followers, if it's Instagram, and viewers, if it's other social media platforms. Those are the people giving the pleasure to these celebrities to break up. And I think another thing that causes breakups is not just about social media and all that, it's about the careers. You know, these actors, and especially singers, like let's take Diamond for example, he's a busy person.
Yeah.
And even for me, I cannot stand dating a busy person, because that time you will need to be with your partner, you will miss her or him, and you want to be with him, and he's all around the journey, he's moving to different parts of the world, and you're just like, oh my god, what is this? I cannot stand this. You have your own personal desires, and if he or she is not around, you will start to think about cheating, and that will break the relationship right away. So I think I have just one opinion. For these celebrities to have a long-lasting relationship, I think they should just focus on their careers. And when they think that this is the ending point of my career, they should find a partner and get married, and things will be perfect.
Okay, that's your opinion. That's where we are now from just now. And what can you say about that?
Okay, my opinion is celebrities are supposed to focus on their jobs, okay? Especially when singing, the actor, they're supposed to focus on their job. Only because when you publish your relationship, you're creating a lot of nonsense to the community. So it's better to focus on your job for the better investment. That is all I can say.
So, having engaged in there that you're saying a lot of celebrity, when you date a celebrity, she takes a lot of time being busy, maybe say working on videos, on music, and trying to do a lot of things, but isn't that okay for a person to know I'm dating a celebrity? If I date a celebrity, this and this and this will happen. He'll be busy, he won't have much time. This and so before you accept someone knowing that this is the weakness. This is what I will face in the future. If I can, then I should say no. If I'm ready to accept it, then I should move it, and whenever he'll be busy, I understand, and I'll just be patient.
Well, let me just say this. You know, this is all about love. And when we say love, it's just matters of our heart. And it's not something that you can just stop yourself from. You know, these celebrities are admired by just everyone. So when you fall in love with the celebrities, you don't think of anything else out there. You don't think of anything else. The only thing you think about is the love that you have for that particular person. And all the other things will come after. And when days keep on going, perhaps you may even know from the start that Diamond, maybe Zari knew, or maybe other celebrities know that Diamond will be busy. He will be traveling to different parts of the world, as I said earlier. So I will have more time alone, and it's like you're ready. You say, okay, I'm ready, let me get into this relationship. But when the actual time comes of Diamond being in the cycle of all these journeys, that's where you feel the emptiness in you. You're like, why did I accept? But I still love the guy. But I also have my own personal desires. How can I conquer them? Let me just find someone who will be able to give what Diamond can give to me while he's away. And that's a problem, because when Diamond hears about it, you guys will start to to face some marital problems, yes, and you may eventually break up. So I think it's not just about the distance, or it's not just about knowing before engaging into that particular relationship. Even if you know, you just engage because you love the person. So you tell yourself, I'm ready to face all the consequences. I will sacrifice my entire being. It's like I'm ready for everything, but you're not ready until you experience. That's only when you know the taste of being away from the person that you love the most.
Okay. So yes, Dinard, the other thing that I like people to know about is that celebrities tend to expose, we have seen most of them, they try to get the famous or try to get the gigs, try to make try to go viral. We have seen the recent relationship with Wozu and Tunda, that they are telling to the public that we're dating, and a few days after there's a video coming out of them being together, but what the concern, not only mine, but to the world at large, that why do these people always evade or try to avoid something called marriage or wedding thing? What can you say about that?
The reason behind is most of celebrity, they are really not good for each other.
But the public doesn't understand that, What can you say that? The public doesn't understand that. Because the pictures and the videos say these people are very perfect.
Well, for me, I disagree, because you cannot date someone who is not good for you. And when you date someone, you're sure that this person is good for me.
Okay.
That's why you date that person.
Okay.
I think.
Then why do they evade or avoid getting married?
Marriage is not something to just wake up in the morning and say, tomorrow I'm getting married to someone. It's something that you have to sit down and think straight, giving your thoughts, and not just thoughts, second thoughts. Think again and again, because it's a lifetime. Let me just say, it's a lifetime. It's like someone takes you to jail. You're having a life sentence, yes. It's something that you cannot easily get out of.
You have to be sure that
you cannot get away from, yes. So you have to think, because when you're dating a person, you just date that person out of love and you're just happy with each other, but that doesn't mean that you guys are ready to be husband and wife to each other. So marriage is not just something to rush into it. You have to think things through, and especially these celebrities, because these celebrities' relationships starts with a lot of happy things and a lot of dramas which are positive. You can see them in nightclubs. They can start tour. For example, Jukes and Vanessa, they even started their own tour, In Love and Money tour, and they were so full of love. You can see that they are in love. When people see them, they are going gaga, they are getting crazy seeing them together. And they knew they are going to last forever. But that's not what God has in store for them. So I think breaking up with him is not bad. The point here is that when you break up with someone, that person was not meant for you. So you just have to sit down and think that maybe someone is destined for me and I have to wait. And another thing, let me just add another thing. I think the breakups of celebrities is caused by prestige. Because let me take the same example of Jukes and Vanessa. Both of them have a name. Both of them are top-notch superstars in Tanzania. Okay. They have fans, they have fame, they are well-known, they have endorsements, and so many blessings. So no one wants to bulldoze the other. No one wants to be bulldozed by the other. So when Jukes tells Vanessa, do this and this, Vanessa is like, what are you saying? I can take care of myself. I've got money. I can live even without you. Stop controlling me. You know, all of that. So it's always about prestige, and each one of them thinks so highly of him or herself.
Okay, we're talking about the breakups and everything. You being as a woman and a lady, what is the best way or the perfect way to break up with a man?
Okay, the good way to break up is, I think the thing is, it's going to be as a family issue.
Okay.
So people, they're supposed to call for their friends, for their family, and just settle that thing,
Okay.
sacred thing,
So you-
not to publish to the
to
social
the mass.
media publicity and some stuff like that.
Yeah. If you do know any perfect way to break up, or just you want to get a phone call, hey, from now I think it's time to, time to end this. I'm tired. Or post on social media, or go to the live stories and say, okay, guys, from now on. Because we saw even Cardi B at some time did on social media too with the Offset.
Yes, Offset.
Breaking on the social media. Do you think what's the other way? I mean, is it the right way to break up someone? So, or because these people, let's say 100%, their relationship is based on the pillars of the social media and the public of the social media. So it's the right thing for them to break up on the social media. Is that it? Or they should do something else?
First of all, let me just tell you too that there is no a positive breakup. Every breakup is a torment. Every breakup is negative because it's a bad feeling. To break up with a person you loved, it's a negative thing. It's something that can torture your heart for the rest of your life. Perhaps you caught your partner cheating. Now, can you tell me that you caught your partner cheating, just like what Zari found out that while he was in South Africa, Diamond was actually sleeping with Amisa in his own bedroom, the bedroom that he shares with her. That's a bad feeling. Now you cannot tell me that Zari will be able to sit down with Diamond and say, hey, let's break up, we are not meant for each other. That's impossible. Zari panicked and she's full of pain because the man she loved, the man she believed in, is the same man who broke her heart. So she's devastated, she's depressed, she's tormented inside. So the breakup there will be so full of negative effects. The only relationship that I admire, the breakup that I admire, is from Vanessa and Jukes. Because now they say it has been 9 months since the breakup. But none of us knew it. We're just assuming that these people are broken up. So I think there is no perfect way of breaking up. But the only thing I can say that when two people break up, you should just keep mum and remain silent. Just like the first time you met, you were peaceful and no one knew until you were together and exposed it to the public.
Okay, and this is the great story. I believe the public now should have some little bits of answers, maybe later on to comment about everything that we discussed. And let's have a short break and then be back later.
Yes, we'll be back.
Okay, so there's something that is going on the social media about something that's now happening, and it was happening in Netherlands and Denmark, and we try to see what's this kind of program that's why, and it shouldn't be applied to maybe some other continents like Africa or in East Africa parts. The sex program for the disabled people in Netherlands and Denmark. What the story says is that the sex program is established so as to make the disabled group to not feel segregated because of the fact that people don't have the attraction in them. They cannot get the attraction, and it is very weird when a disabled person speaks about love. It was very weird that a disabled person to talk about anything about sex or about love to the people, and the one not attracted. That's why it came to a program that is established, a sex program in Netherlands and Holland to help the disabled people, and also the foundations that have been established for that part. I mean, this is it is not one of our culture, especially in Tanzania or in East Africa, but what we find that why they do this is because to make them not feel segregated, to make them have their own rights, the rights to fall in love, the right to have sex. But on our view, or on our side, what do you see? Do you really see it's the best thing to do for the disabled people to make them feel that they also have their rights, right, to live out there, to have sex, and apply it in the world? But what are your views about that?
Well, for me, I think it's not a good thing.
Why?
Because I think the more they do this, the more they show those disabled people that they are insignificant in the societies and the communities. Because I think to have sex, it's something that a person should do out of his consent and out of his will. Means the person he or she is sleeping with, even if it's bad, it has to be someone that he or she has chosen. And before I proceed, let me ask this particular question. Is this applied to the disabled people who are female, male, or just only male? What about female disabled people? They are also men sleeping with them, right?
Yeah, they are men sleeping with them.
This is bad. This is completely bad. I just object it 100%. I don't even give a clue about it. It's not something to be entertained. I think they thought about it over and they thought that it could be a good thing. But in my opinion, I think it's a bad thing because I'm trying to just to think about those women and those men who are being taken to those disabled people, who are being bought to be taken to those disabled people. Yes, they get money, but it's all about integrity. It's all about dignity, a person's reputation and all that. I mean, you don't have to sell yourself just like that, just for money. So I think it's not a good thing because these disabled people have families that can love them. And these disabled people, they can have their own way to get partners. I mean, the fact that you're a disabled person doesn't mean that everyone in the world isn't going to love you. There are people who love disabled people. We can clearly see that. So I think Holland and Denmark are doing this because they think it's a good thing to do. It's the best thing to do, to show these disabled people that they have rights to have sex and to get in, to have intimacy with other people. But for me, I think it's a bad thing.
Well, what's your view about that? What's your view about this thing that they are doing in Holland and Denmark about the sex program? Your views are expecting to the view about the African culture, or why the Africans shouldn't copy that, or you think also it's bad, they shouldn't be copied by any other continent or any other country, especially in African part?
Well, first of all, I love this topic because sex is something very important for a human being. So Netherlands and Poland, I think they sit down for a certain period of time to discuss about that issue, and they come up with a solution. And this solution, I think, is very better for not only for Holland now and Poland, but also even here in Tanzania. Only because these disabled people, they love to sex with beautiful women, okay? But they miss that opportunity. So by using this sex program, it's give them opportunity to enjoy, you know.
Yeah. So hanging that from what you all discussed, that on the stories they're saying that the effects of this sex or the impact that dealing that they say it's brought about an important or a positive or a significant impact to the society, especially when they say that these disabled people used to lack they used to have loneliness and frustrated. Mostly they were faced with anger issues because they never, let's say, a partner could never be attracted again because of falling handicapped with no legs or no hands, and later on no attraction anymore to the partner that you engage or you married with, and later on find that he or she has a need of to do sex, but he or she doesn't get it because to lose of attraction. And even the family members, it was very weird for disabled people to discuss matters with the family member, like, I need this right. So to them they're oppressed because nobody wanted to hear them. That's why they established, because they feel that introducing the sex program to them, it's brought like a relief to the disabled people. They find out they're real happy and they enjoy it. Also, looking on the video that it was previously shown, or we saw it on the video, that the man that was escorted, but also even the caretaker to the place that the program, the foundation that people are doing this, in the end they find that the man got relief because he was waiting for years to have this type of act, the sex act, but he didn't get it for finally the sex program is here and he was happy about it. And mind to know that the foundation of the Holland and Denmark allow, or the government support this to apply to disabled people. Let's say for one person can have this offer governed by the, supported by the government, like once per every month. Means for 1 year he can have sex 12 times.
If they wanted to show these disabled people that they care about them and they are ready to do anything to show them that they are also important and significant in the communities, they should have done this. You know, just giving a woman to a disabled man to sleep with her so she can enjoy the intimacy, it's not a good thing. Because the next time you bring this man to do that sex, it's not going to be the same woman he will be sleeping with. So I think if they really wanted to care about these disabled people, they should find special apartments in case these disabled people are poor and they cannot afford a living, or just take houses and places they can live comfortable in. They should find apartments. And then they should find women who will be willing to get married to these disabled men, or to find men who are willing to get married to these disabled women. So you are giving a woman to a disabled person, you are giving a man to a disabled woman, and they get married and they live happily ever after. So this disabled man has been given a woman to be with for the rest of his life because he is well taken care of. He has been put into consideration as a human being. He should have a specific person. That would have been a better way. But just giving a man to sleep with and then leave, and then the next month he come and sleep with another woman and then leave, this is a joke. It's like a drama. This should be it should be seen in a very positive eye. I mean the third eye. The governments of both Denmark and Holland should just look at this with the third eye and think things over, because this is important. If you really care about a disabled person, give him a wife, give him a husband, find a place for them to live, give them funds that they will use to go on with their lives, to have all the basic needs. That would have been a better way. But just giving someone to sleep with a disabled person, I think it's not a good idea, in my opinion. Yes.
So just now you think from what you say, then from the view of the sex program, you think that this kind of system or this type of kind of foundation can be established in parts of Africa or part of East Africa or even Tanzania?
Yes, I think we're supposed to, the government of Tanzania is supposed to sit down with the government of Holland and Denmark so as to exchange this kind of idea. For me, it's new. So I think we need to do something for disabled people because they are missing something.
You think these people miss something?
Yes.
Do you think these people miss something in our culture in Tanzania, in our scope?
They don't.
Are you sure they don't? Do you
Yeah,
feel that
they
disabled people, they get all their rights?
The only thing they are missing is that thing that they don't have in their bodies. So if the person is crippled, he's missing legs. But talking about sex, you know, when you are miserable, when you don't have legs, and you're miserable, every day you wake up to find yourself you can't walk, how do you get the time to think about sex? How do you get that time? You know, the desperation, the frustration of being disabled, the frustration of being blind, of being deaf, of being crippled, being lame, is greater than the feeling of having sexual desire. So I think they don't really experience that. But as human beings, yes, they do sometimes. And when they do, they have to be given wives and husbands. And in my opinion, this shouldn't come to Tanzania. Even that idea of being given a wife and a husband shouldn't come in Tanzania. Yes. I think family is the most important thing a person can have. They have their families. If they don't have their families, they have foundations, organizations taking care of all of disabled people. They should be well taken care of, always made happy. You know, when you are happy, you do exercises, you mingle with people, make your life easy. You're complete. You don't need sex to be happy. Yes.
Okay, that's great from your opinion. I mean, for now, let's see if any African content can cop that, and then after that we know and we follow up what's next about the sex program, and that's it on the sex program. Till next time.
Thank you.